Hello, everybody. I'm Danny. Welcome to Like Clockwork tonight. We did not have the full cast last week, and so we had a little side sort of episode about the past. We are at the far end of our Kickstarter, so that went really well. We met our goal first day, and then we actually made it to the first stretch goal. So that's wonderful. We're going to be taking a lot of the stuff that you've been seeing on Like Clockwork, the stuff from the comic book itself. We're going to create a supplemental material and actually create like a small PDF book of Miracle Dashta as a setting for folks to go ahead and run their Dungeons and Dragons 5e games in. So we're excited about that. Let's see. So that means though that now we're back at a point where you're watching this, it's definitely no longer February. So do not try to go to Kickstarter and back it because it's POW already. It's done. So yeah, let's see. What else is going on? Wednesday nights we got Randy still doing their thing. Give it to us.
Yeah, we're playing a game called Dialect. I'm actually the person who picked this game, so I'm really excited. So yeah, if you have Wednesdays off, come check it out.
Dude, it's good. The game's good. It's super entertaining.
All right. Does anyone else have any cool things they want to share with anyone?
Episode 3 this Thursday of D&D Episodicals. It's our LGBTQ plus cast. It's been a lot of fun. Player may or may not be dead 3 episodes in, so check it out and see.
Success.
Great success. All right, cool. Leah, you had something?
So I am going to be working on another show that's coming out. I can't say the details. When it comes out, I'll let you guys know all next week. So this look is inspired by the stress that I feel, but it's also war paint.
Yeah,
there we go.
You look great.
It's basically makeup, and then like once you put the makeup on, you rub it in. That's actually what makeup looks like behind the scenes, right? These markings.
Yeah, well, I think that's true. I'm so fascinated by how makeup works, right? Like how people apply and can really change their like almost change their facial structure with makeup, and make it look look at John. He puts on I don't recognize him at all. I'm like, who is that? And then I'm like, it's not. But no, like seriously, like raising your cheekbones or making yourself look really like gaunt and dried and emaciated, or making yourself look like a totally other gender. Like all of these things are. I don't know. I'm just fascinated.
We need to give Danny a makeover. That's what I'm hearing.
Have a makeup day for Danny. Just one day on the set, do his makeup.
I'm saying that I think it would be cool to learn makeup, and then I could do makeup on myself and then look like.
I see some nice cheekbones already. We could just bring those out a little bit.
Yeah, he's got some. I see him. Turn to the side.
Yeah.
I think Danny's an autumn. I think he's an autumn. I think we could do something with that.
Oh, right.
A wound over here.
And long neck, so extend the neck, okay?
I mean, you see those makeup jobs where they make it look like you're talking about the neck, where they make it look like they're Venom, and so you don't even see like their mouth. They just have like and then they look up like that, and the mouth opens up, and whoo. All right. I'm gonna stop fanboying makeup.
On a tangent.
Yeah. All right. So with that, we are going to head on into this game so that we can see what happens when they're facing this Kiahacho, this creature. So with that, let's get into it. It's time. All right. That was a bop, as the kids say. We were discussing that earlier too. So when we last left off, our intrepid group, after having lost almost all of their money, went back to the inn to figure out what they're going to do, maybe get some rest. When they were interrupted by Tiesque, the Dragonborn, and Roja, a individual who came in with ostentatious purple robes, and they asked Rosalia if she could maybe find Perunia or the others. And while that was happening, Roja noticed Shaylun sketching in her little book, and he took a keen interest for some reason that became apparent later when it turned out that Roja was also a wizard. And that
Sure,
excited
that's the
Shaylun.
reason.
And that excited Shaylun a little bit, but also she was still a little concerned about that. Anyway, when everybody did come down, they talked a little bit about it, and the group learned that, whenever a group of strange people with strange powers is in a big city and people see them, that the powers that be sometimes take notice and keep tabs. They didn't like that either, but what are you going to do? The individual, Roja, offered them 500 gold if they would be able to kill this thing that was basically doing murder all along the southern part of Mirakodashta. He can't go himself because apparently people don't like him down there, and he knows where it is because of some unknown way he was able to track it, which also raised all the red flags for everybody. They're like, how do you know? Da, 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 da. So they decided that they were going to go ahead and do it, but they made him promise that they were going to kill it, not capture it or get it or bring it back to him or anything like that. And he was just like, yeah, cool, go ahead, do that. So armed with that information, they went to go seek out this Kiahacho to destroy it and get the money they need so they can join the caravan that they're not going to get paid anything for because they're absolutely sure that somebody isn't going to make it. That said,
At
setting our
least we'll
scene.
own our own camels, all right?
At least you'll all own your own camels. That is true. I guarantee it. So we set the scene. In the building above, this large stone structure, Shaylun is nearing the stairs to enter down into this warehouse. Rosalia is sort of waiting upstairs, uncertain, and knowing a little bit about what the Kiahacho can do. So she is not actually rushed in. She is holding back a little bit. And Aegis, having spent the last 2 weeks standing like this, is what Roland says, because he was boosting everyone into the building, is going to be ready to climb in. Meanwhile, downstairs, Panabon, who threw a vial of his acid that he had got from his special source, and then shot an arrow into the eye of the undead individual. And so it killed that person, but now we have the Kiyohacho has appeared, this horrifying apparition.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
That's what they say. And now it's time for them to go. So with that, we are on the horrifying apparition's turn.
Great.
Indeed. Let's find out what happens. The apparition looks deeply into Perunia's eyes.
I do have beautiful eyes.
That's the rumor.
Nice.
She gets this sort of uneasy feeling, and then nothing. It fades away.
Good.
I brush it away. Is that a coffee, that tea thing that Aegis gave me earlier? Ooh, a little bit of nausea there.
As it slowly backs up, into this root system here, almost. All right, Lachlan. You are muted.
You're still muted.
Haha. Yes.
Haha.
So we're going 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I believe. Let me just make sure. Yep, I can get 30. Ooh. So what I want to do is from here, and because I drank that tea, I don't have disadvantage, right? Or is that just that one roll from earlier?
No, right now you do not have. You're feeling good.
Okay, cool. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take aim. So let me do that.
Taking aim is one of the things that Lachlan can do to get advantage on his next attack. It takes a bonus action to take aim, and then he gets advantage.
Right. So there you go. And so I want to shoot at the guy with a Eldritch Blast. Right.
All right.
Oh, actually, so I moved for that. Yeah, that's I forgot to put hex on this turn. Yep. So we're going to just cast. We're gonna roll an attack on this guy.
Okay. A little uncertain, kind of stumbling down the stairs. Maybe almost rolling his ankle over one of the skulls that is down here. The shot does go quite wide, actually, as this bolt of energy crackles into the root system behind this apparition. It looks then at Lachlan. Its head kind of cranes forward a little bit, and it tilts its head to the side, and well, who knows what it's thinking as Perunia winds up for her action.
And Danny, you're gonna have to refresh my memory from 2 weeks ago. Did the spirit thing get rid of his body? Is it in a corporal shape or is it in a spirit shape?
It's in that spirity shape because the body is lying there on the ground. It was in that body, and then Panabon did murder on it.
Yay!
So when I hit this thing with my sword before, it did nothing. So I am going to take a little bit of a different tactic and see if this works. So I'm actually going to use my breath as a weapon and
All
shoot
right.
lightning at it.
I've done
All
that
right.
in meetings.
So what is the range of your breath?
I will probably need to get a little bit closer. Hold on, let me see the space for this. I need to make my map larger.
I hope you put on your Arid Extra Dry. Nobody else remembers that because it's a commercial from TV. They used to have jingles on TV with commercials. So like little songs that you could associate with everything. Yeah.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah,
They're all in my head.
I want to agree with you. I'm
I
going to date
remember
myself.
them.
Boomer. Oh my goodness.
I remember them too.
Yeah. A little bit of a Gen X thing, but okay. So you have moved up. So Perunia charges forward towards this apparition, but it appears that her blade is not necessarily ready. It's more of in a defensive stance as she unleashes.
And I'm trying to hit the buttons. I just hit it, right? Because
No, you
to
have to
defend
select it
against him?
first. You have to select him first.
Okay. Let's
So
try that again.
target him. And then hit the save once, the deck save once.
Okay.
There
Okay.
you go. It has saved. However,
Damn it.
this is not if it saves, nothing happens. You still hit the damage once.
Okay, do you want me to re-roll that damage or do you want the roll the damage I already rolled?
Yeah, just go ahead and re-roll the damage.
Alrighty.
Because you initially rolled a 3, so.
Oh yeah, then let's do that. I got it anyway. That's
Ooh.
better.
So you somehow pushed it twice still.
We'll pick the bigger of them and let's call it a day.
Well, the bigger one is the one that went first, so we're gonna give that one
Thank
back to
you.
it. We're gonna give the other one back to it. So, yeah, it you see the electricity actually crackle through it, and it kind of like that does this thing. You really feel like that did work. If only you could
Do it again.
do it again. But you know, Shayloon, you are still up above.
All right, this is gonna be one of those times that I ask Danny if I can get away with something.
Depends. Well, there's no driders involved, so maybe.
And no wind walls.
Oh, that.
So I want to take my teeny little Shay shape because I've still got Rosalia behind me, right?
Right.
So I would like, because I know that this thing likes to eat things like her. So I would like to crouch down and be ready to spring up and release a shield spell if it shoots something at her or tries to attack her.
Okay, so the problem with that, the only problem with that, is the shield spell is a self spell. You can only shield yourself.
Well, and I know that, but what I'm trying to do is as it goes, I'm getting between. That's why I'm like crouched down so that I can jump up and.
So you would like to interpose yourself between Rosalia and the creature.
Yes.
Is what you're saying. You are wanting to throw yourself between as a sacrifice, as a I will take the bullet for you.
I don't like how you said that, but
That's what it is.
I just
Okay.
I like her and I want her safe, and if it's gonna focus on her, I don't like that, and I want to help.
Here's what I'll do. You can hold an action to dash between Rosalia and the creature if the creature appears and seems to be attacking her.
Okay. I'll
So
set-
as long as you can get to her in those 5 spaces that you can move, the 25 feet that you can move as a dash action, and interpose, then I'll say that happens. However, that happens before it attacks, so you may still get hit. The attack will go to you, but you may get hit.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I accept my fate.
All right. However, you still have a movement and all that kind of stuff if you want to use that, but if you're just kind of hiding and waiting, then you can hide and wait. Aegis.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, as long as I'm close to Rosalia, and I know she can poof places and stuff and move faster than me, but without knowing what she's gonna do, I'm in the best place I can be. I think so.
Sounds great. Aegis.
Cool. Everybody's in. Shield on the back. Tighten up the bag straps. Pull myself up and into the hole. if I can successfully roll to do that.
All right. Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Come on, dice. There we go.
All right. So yeah, you are able to sort of jump up, grab that ledge, and pull yourself up. It's actually quite amazing because Aegis isn't a very strong, burly sort of guy. He's a sort of lanky guy, and he's got all this gear and equipment that everyone would think weighs him down, but you know, he's fine. He just hauls himself right up.
It's that kung fu shit, guys.
It is that kung fu shit, as the kids say. All right, so you still have
Slaps.
movement though. That only took 20. That only took 20 of your movement. So you can top down and move forward if you like.
Yeah, I'll move as much as I can to get into the room.
All right, so you have moved to that point right there. That is your movement. If you want to do a dash action to get any closer.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait. No, I'm gonna take my shield and redraw it. Is that an action?
It is because you stowed it, and that wasn't an action before. Now you're drawing
Right.
it. It is an action.
So I will
All right.
not dash. I will redraw my shield, and that will be my turn.
Okay. All right. Sounds great. Rosalia, you have your flail, your morning star flail, out, and What are you doing?
I can't see myself on the map because I lost the one on the right. Not the one where there's like a dead body, but where it's showing where we're located.
Okay, here, hold on.
You're on the roof with me.
There you go.
So I'm on the roof. I'm not
Or
inside
the-
the building.
Not the roof. You're inside the building. It looks like you're on the roof because I didn't. I'm lazy and didn't create like an inside of the thing that's not under it.
I think I'm just like I'm not. I don't sense immediate danger, so I'm kind of just scoping, but I'm not like taking any action.
Okay. Just keeping an eye on what's going on. Got it.
I'm not alarmed yet. Like I don't feel like I need to kill anyone.
Would you like to use your hold action to make an attack against anything that might try to pop up or attack you, like if an enemy approaches?
I can do that.
Okay. All right. So with that, we are back to the top of the initiative as Panabon.
Exciting! Woohoo! How far am I from the dead body? Where's the little thingy that tells me how far things are?
So if you right click and go to 11 o'clock, that's your pointers, and then you can select the arrow pointer, and then you can click where you want to start that arrow pointer from and draw it to where you want to see. And then it'll tell you.
Sure.
But you're 30
Okay.
feet away.
From 30 feet. I can move 25, right?
You can.
Yes. Okay, because I want to kind of search the body of the dead thing, the dead person. I guess that
Right.
would be here. Maybe?
Let's see. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you can get close enough to it if you wanted to move there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how I roll that, but I guess
It's
I'm
an
not really
investigation
close enough
test,
with it.
and since you're actually
Yeah.
using your action to do it, we're gonna go ahead and you're gonna go ahead and do a quick search over the body, trying to figure it out.
So, can I take a free action as I see them go to do this? Because Panabon, we need to kill it while it's in spirit form. This is not the time to search the body. Otherwise, all of these are going to reanimate. Do you remember?
Well, I don't know what else you want me to do. Maybe I'll see a tattoo or something, okay? I'm trying to be useful here.
There's gonna be a tattoo. All right. I can cut it off and throw it.
We gotta die, y'all.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
gonna die.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So investigation check. You discern that this person isn't carrying anything that is of any use. There's like thread, and this is someone who's very someone who's been poverty stricken, probably was killed in that building upstairs, and then just dragged themselves down here. All right.
So great.
Let's see. As the apparition considers everything that's going on, okay.
Ooh.
Suddenly, from the ground, Perunia, these skeletal hands rip up, and like they're clawing at your legs and grabbing at you and holding you so that you cannot advance. So until you are able to kick them off, you will not be able to advance. And the damage from the cuts as they dig furrows into your calves is 6. Then
I'm very annoyed at Panabon right now. I just want to say that.
I mean, yeah, they don't really see why you would be, but Once.
Yeah, what would you have liked me to have done there?
Yeah, you can you may do less damage, but you still do damage.
To a non-corporeal being?
Yeah.
You have
All
ugly
right.
shoes.
So there's that,
Okay.
and there is also this.
That's intellectual property theft. Just kidding. Use it.
Okie dokie. So, with that, it suddenly just kind of fades back into the wall behind it, disappearing from
Nope.
sight completely.
Nope.
Rosalia, make an attack action. So what you're
Oh,
going to
shit.
do is you are going to click on the attack for your packed weapon. Either one is fine. The dice there that says that has the +6 next to it.
Okay, tell me if I rolled it in the right place, because I don't know if I had the right screen up.
You absolutely rolled it in the right place. So you hit it. Now go ahead and double click the 4 piercing magic that is next to it. All right. So you
Nice.
actually spin, and as it's coming up, you're ready with your weapon. So you turn and you just like spin the flail and catch it as it's rising up from the floor below you.
So I flail it.
You flailed it.
Doesn't sound very effective, but I guess it worked.
All right. Next up is Lachlan.
Yeah. So that thing just disappeared. It went into the wall behind it, right?
Yes.
So that is where I would think it went. So I'm gonna run as close to the wall as I can get. Gosh darn it. I'm gonna yell. So I'm gonna move to the other side of the room first. Let me just 1, 2, 3. All right. So this is as close as I'm gonna get to the wall this turn, but I am gonna yell upstairs that the monster seems to have like gone out, and I'm gonna in my turn or look. Is there an exit or anything in here?
No, the only way out that you can tell is through. Well, actually, looking at the far end, you do see what looks like it could be a doorway.
Okay.
On the other side.
Okay, so where closer to where I was.
Where you were, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm gonna run to that wall probably, realistically. So, yeah. But I did yell and say that it ran away.
Shaylu, you hear that. Rosalia already knows, and Aegis is probably figuring that out for himself right now. Perunia, you are held fast.
I am going to try to break free. The good news is about these undead is at least I know that my sword works on them. So, would it be a strength one to like try to get undone?
Yeah, you can use an athletics check to try to pull yourself free, or you can.
Athletics sounds great.
All right. So, with that 23, you rip your legs away from the various grasping claws, and it 1 second. Got it. Yeah, so you rip your legs away, and actually, as you do so, as they're grasping at you, you can feel like the claws still raking at your leg. You end up taking another 5 points of damage from that. And as you pull yourself away, you're able to move now.
And are the arms just like frowning, like trying to grab somebody else?
Yeah, they're trying to grab you. You like kick at them. Some of them break. But yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know if I see the same door that Locke saw, but I do know that the way I came in here. So I'm actually gonna just use, and I don't know if that was already an action to break 3. Otherwise, I'll use
Yes.
just my movement to do the 30.
Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, all right. So it looks like you can get to about here. As you get there, like you notice in front of you as you're running, the skeletal hands like coming up out of the ground, trying to grab you as you're moving, and then just as you get to this point here, they snatch at you again. Luckily, just the act of holding onto your leg, they don't actually cause any more damage, but they hold you fast so that you cannot continue moving.
Roast Yuki.
They seem to be ignoring Lox and Panabon. All right, next up is Shayloon.
I don't like this. I don't like it one bit. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and I speak Draconic, so am I.
All hail Milfrin, am I right?
Yeah, I'm gonna sparkle dart it.
All right.
Let me click over there.
You are targeted.
Cool.
1 and 2.
Seriously. Okay.
It is.
I mean,
force damage.
there's 3 of them though.
I was like, why isn't okay?
That's why I said and a 2, and then I was like, because there's also and a 3.
Hold for dramatic effect.
Yes. The first one like just streaks straight at him. The other two like spiral around and around and around. All right, so yeah, those all hit it. And they seem to impact it fairly solidly. Just it kind of puffs up at that. It raises its sort of like dark cowl to either side. If you were an animal looking to eat it, perhaps you would think it was bigger than it is and be frightened away, but that is not what you are.
I am no animal.
Right, yeah, not an animal. So next up, if you're not moving, Shayloon, is Aegis.
You moving? No.
Nope, I like
Nope.
my position back here where it hasn't touched me.
Cool. So this thing below me, is that a statue? Is that a space that I can occupy, or what's?
You are inside of an open space. What you see on this map is what's on the roof.
Oh, okay. So I'm like facing the opposite way. This thing rises up. Rosalia makes an attack for it. I see it in the back. Turn around and like very gracefully spin around. My robes are flying, and I will turn to face
Your little red flags, whatever those are.
yeah, whatever that red string is on my bag is like in slow motion. I spin and I turn to face my shield towards the whatever Kihacho, and then I will take the dodge action for now.
All right, you're going to take the dodge action for now. Very good. Rosalia, Rosalia, you see this thing now, and it is exactly how you remember them to be in the Shadow Fae. You remember it, these things. They're not. They'll kill an inexperienced warrior easily, but the horror mostly just comes from the fact that they possess the corpses of the dead, and so it's a lot of the horror that comes from them is that you end up having to fight people that you love and that that were once your companions. Here, that is not the case, because there is no one that you love or are your companions here that it has taken over. That it has taken over. So it seems a little less scary than you kind of remember, actually. With that, what would you like to do?
Talk.
They can speak.
So I know that we're busy fighting it and everything, but I do want to know what its purpose is. So I look at it, the one closest to me, and I ask it, "What is your purpose? Why have you come here?"
All right. With that, seeing that Aegis is not attacking it, it does turn to you, Rosalia. All right. Let me change that real quick because that would be a typo.
Language sounds like a series of clicks.
So it does say that that word is another term for the organization I was talking about earlier with you. So it hisses that at you, and then it tries to kind of reach forward towards you. I'm not gonna like that. The words you spoke just then are not your action. That's free. So as it reaches for you, if you want to hit it or if you want to try to back away, or
What's that last of the what? Because I can't see it on here. It's cut off. Does it say Elven?
Yes, it's Elven. The language is Elven.
Okay. So once it talks to me, I know that it's definitely hunting me, of course. And obviously it's not the only thing that can really be done at this point is to attack it because it's not going to slow down in any way. So is magic more effective on these things than actual weapons?
Yes, but your weapons are magic weapons.
So I want to use. Can I use any weapon other than my broadsword? I mean, other than my Morning Star and my blades.
You can you can take a turn to change your Morning Star into something else. You can also cast the green flame blade spell. And that will enshroud your flail with an eldritch greenish fire that you can then hit it with and do a little bit of additional damage.
At this point, I'm kind of tired of using my the more obvious weapons that I have, and I want to use magic on this thing because it's kind of pissing me off. It's gone after everybody that I'm with, and it obviously has an attitude. So I kind of want to check it. So I'm going to cast my Eldritch Flame on this thing because I want to do notable damage, and I hopefully once I find that little taskbar, I can cast it on him. So that's my next move, is to cast my Eldritch Flame on him.
Okay, so the green flame blade. So it's still an attack with the flail. It's just you're also empowering it with this magical energy that is going to do some additional damage to it. The additional damage. Hit. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Brandish the weapon. One creature 5 feet on a hit. It hits the weapon, and then the green fire leaps away, but actually that doesn't do what I thought it did. That only works if there's multiple individuals. So, yeah.
Does the skeletons downstairs count? Because I feel like it's multiple individuals.
Yeah, they have to be within 5 feet though. So like you hit it, and then like fire leaps out 5 feet to like another thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So, like I said, if you it does take a turn to change your weapon into something else, and right now, because it's basically you guys haven't had a chance to rest or do anything. Actually, there was a short rest, wasn't there? Yeah, you actually should have your spells back because there was a short rest, and warlocks get their spells back on a short rest.
Unlike a cleric who might have 0 spell slots.
Right. So
But your tea was good.
so we don't get hit, right?
Luckily, I'm resourceful.
You should really get some rest more often.
Yeah, I should.
It's only been
Okay,
like 2 days. Okay.
So what you can do is you can either hex it, you can throw down a darkness spell, and then try to do something with that.
Is that the only thing I could do? Because that would the Eldritch Blast work, or is that there needs to be more?
Yeah, your feather blades will work still, and remember that is magic. I mean, it's you create them from magic to throw.
Yeah.
As you get higher in level, you'll start to get more tools, but right now it is you are somewhat limited.
Okay, well then I'm gonna cast darkness. This creature.
Okay.
I have a lot of screens up and I cannot find my actions tab at all. Like I'm looking for it and it's not.
All right. So just to keep track, the only screens you really need are your map and your character sheet, and then the little chat side. So anything else that you have, you can kind of like close those out, and that might help a little bit.
Or you could do what I do and just click on your up top your picture, and your character sheet will always pop to the front, and that's what I do, and I have a gazillion things open.
So where is my dark? The darkness.
So darkness is at the bottom. If you scroll in your actions all the way to the bottom.
All right, let's see.
All right, and so not the shield. Expand it out so that you can click on the effect, the little man-shaped deal there. Okay, so with that, you have cast darkness. Aegis.
Yeah.
You can't see.
I know.
It suddenly just this like. Well, just describe how the darkness appears. So I'm going to put this little thing down that shows you kind of where the darkness envelops. Envelops. All right, there we go. So you can see that you're inside this circle of darkness along with the creature. Now, Rosalia can see just fine, actually. But Aegis is blind, and she knows that this creature really can't see either. You still have a bonus action if you want to cast your hex on it. If you get your hex on it, then you will be able to track it.
Is that me or Aegis?
You.
Then I want to cast my hex.
Okie doke. So go ahead and click both of those effects on the hex. Awesome. All right, so that is your turn. Unless you want to move. Shayloon, you see that darkness, like just this wall of darkness kind of appear at the far end of the hall.
So I can't see Dude Bro anymore?
You cannot see anything in there. That is correct. Okay. Panabon.
Hello. It's not very dark down here in the basement, right?
It's not so dark that you cannot see things, but it is not lit up either.
Yeah. So is what I'm looking at, is this right here a staircase near where I am, or is this just a...
It might have been at one time, but whatever it leads up to is all broken. The only staircase exit is the way you came in.
Okay. Well, all right, time to go back to the staircase, because I was going to see if there was another crafty way in or out, but if I can't see, then at least I know where the stairs are.
Okay.
Maybe? No.
1, 2, 3.
Maybe? Too far?
So you're trying to get here?
I'm just wherever, as close to the stairs as I can get.
That's as close as you can get.
there you go.
As Perunia, as Panabon just nonchalantly walks past you in your struggles. It's that's that's
Noted.
the way. Are you gonna use your action to dash?
Wait, are you struggling? Because I don't see anything. Are you okay? Did the monster hit you?
I like point to my calves like I'm being held here. See?
You are?
You don't see the dead things grabbing my legs.
I don't see any dead things grabbing your legs. What are you talking about?
Jingle my legs with the dead arms on them.
Just grabbing you and pulling you, trying to keep you from going upstairs. Yeah, there they are. So
can I
as you guys
actually
have
see
this
them?
strange conversation, upstairs, the Kiahacho is going to attempt to attack Rosalia. Now, because it is blinded, it has disadvantage on this attack. Here we go. Withering touch. Yeah, it just like lunges forward at her, and Rosalia is able to easily just kind of shift to the side and step out of its way. Lachlan, you hear this argument occurring behind you.
Yeah.
Not really an argument so much, but
We're like being passive aggressive,
So I hear that, and I imagine I hear some kind of stuff happening above us, right? Or like,
if you make a perception test, maybe.
I'm not gonna do that.
There's enough stone.
All right, I'm gonna see that I can't really do anything against this wall. There's no way to get out. So I'm gonna run back upstairs using my dash action. As I'm passing Perunia, I'm gonna go, you two, upstairs now. And like,
Thanks, Block.
Hey, Mom.
yeah, I like look. I'm like, why are you guys waiting? Hurry!
I love it.
So I use using my dash. I get 60 feet, which puts me upstairs.
Right, so that's going to actually put you fully upstairs. So
Yeah.
I will move you upstairs
Into the darkness.
I feel like Okay, so you get upstairs and you're actually able to kind of move to about here. You do see the darkness.
Okay.
Attack the darkness.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Shaylun already like did it too fast because she magic missiled and then there was darkness. So
There was darkness touching you, touching me.
That was too fast.
what?
That was too fast.
So there wasn't any darkness. You cast magic missile. You're supposed to cast magic missile at the darkness.
Right.
Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this.
I mean, I can do that now.
All right. So,
Yep.
Lachlan, that's what you do. You run up. As you get to the top of the stairs, you realize that, oh, man, it is kind of hitting you now. That tiredness. Perunia, it is your turn.
I'm gonna try to break free from this the good old-fashioned way with my athletics, my
Yep,
giant
you
calf muscle.
Panabon, you definitely see Petunia just trying to like
Can I
get her
can I
legs
actually
stepped
see
up.
the can I actually see the thingies that are doing it?
So
I
once
mean, they're not
again,
invisible, right?
I mean, did that not go? Yeah.
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 What are you doing?
You are not able to pull yourself free as like they grip into and just keep pulling at you, trying to keep you from moving. You are definitely stuck.
And was that a full action to try to get disengaged?
It is.
Okay. Well, then I will continue to stand here and be like, can't you see that the skeletons are grabbing my leg? Panavon!
What skeletons are all in the ground? They're not.
They're in the ground.
I'm pretty sure they're on my leg. I don't know.
Are you? You want me to like throw some acid on your leg or something? That'll help you?
No, please do not do that.
Okay, so as that's going on, Shayloon.
I just hear squabbling from below.
Like, why are you fighting?
Wrong target. So I actually did want to ask. So since it's darkness, if I make an attack, it's with disadvantage, right?
It is with disadvantage, and if it's anything that requires actual line of sight, then it is you can't cast it.
Shit. That's like everything.
Does the darkness move with the creature?
No, the darkness stays where it's at. So it's one of those things where because you have ranged attacks, it doesn't matter to you if it leaves because you just continue throwing stuff at it. But within the darkness, so like anything trying to hit you doesn't know exactly where you are, so it's really hard for them to hit you.
So we're kind of just throwing in.
Right now, no, you're actually just in there with it, hand-to-hand fighting. It's next to you, so
You're fine.
Yeah, and you can like she can't see, or can the caster see?
no, it's not that it's not because she's the caster, but she can see 100%. She can
has a
see into
thing.
it, out of it, all around it.
I can't really do anything at the moment, so I think I'm gonna
Go see what they're arguing about.
no. It's so not important right now. Like
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to actually hold action for a cantrip,
Okay.
and that's going to be chill freeze.
Okay.
But
All right.
that way, like it's not. It doesn't take my energy if I don't get to cast it this turn. So
Right, because it's a cantrip. You just it fizzles away, and then you ready it again if you want.
Yep.
All
But
right.
I'm irritated because I'm like, I'll hit it, but I can't see.
Aegis.
Question. So
Yes.
as I am pressed up in its like space, is it like physically? Can I physically feel that it's there?
You can sense that it's there.
Okay. Besides bickering coming from downstairs, Shay, you also hear a strand of Daywall words and cusses because I can no longer see. And I guess I will. Also, another rules question: we're in a position where Rosalia is getting advantage with her attacks, right? Because I am adjacent. Is that a thing?
No, unless you have an ability that does that, because that's pack tactics, is what you're thinking of.
Yeah, the flanking rule or whatever.
Yeah, I don't use the flanking rule.
Okay, then I will continue to, because I can't see shit. So all I can do is just lean into the apparition, and I will use the help action to give her advantage as I'm trying to kind of like get it to choose me instead of her.
Okay, sounds good. Which in your mind will negate the disadvantage from the darkness.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, Rosalia, you can see that Aegis is kind of trying to like defend you a little bit, but not get in your way. Seems working okay, right at the moment. And the thing, like I said, it missed when it attacked, and it has left itself unbalanced for your counterattack.
Just say that I think it's really interesting that the darkness is made out of that fur and a drop of pitch or coal, because that's what you said it's made out of. Just
That's
random thoughts. So I want to. I guess I can throw a hex blade at it then, since I can see it and since I know where it is.
You can do that if you want to take a 5-foot step back. Otherwise, you will negate your advantage, but it would be a straight roll.
You could
because
just
it's
stab
ranged.
it.
Yep.
Or you can just stab it with. Yeah, that's right. Go ahead and just stab it. So yeah, use that. And you get advantage. So make sure that you're down at the bottom left. There's an advantage button, ADV. Bottom left of the whole Fantasy Grounds window.
Okay, I clicked it.
All right. So if you have the ADV clicked, go ahead and now double click your attack with the blade. That is a hit. So now go ahead and hit the damage.
The damage.
So it is, yeah, it's still
It's
in that same
piercing.
area. Well, no, that was I'm gonna add 1 to that, but it would have been down under the feather blade is where that would have been, which is fine. So you're good right now. Yeah, so you hit it, and you can see that it seems to be sort of fading away. That pieces of it are kind of removing, especially as the energy from your feather blade stabs into it and disperses throughout the various colors, like kind of combining with its own, and it hisses at you as that happens.
I give it a wave.
So much sass.
And that takes away the darkness, right?
I mean, the darkness is still all there. It hisses at you something. Aegis, you can hear it like hissing whatever this is. And you don't know what that word is, Rosalia. Rosalia doesn't know what exactly that word is. The all caps one. Panabon. Perunia spent her whole turn arguing that with you. She did not move or run or anything.
I know.
Like,
I'm really annoyed. Can I take out my dagger and kind of stab at the ground around Perunia?
Sure.
I'd love to be able to do that.
Okay.
I'll just use my regular dagger. Well, I don't know if I'm going to hit anything, so let's see what
you
happens.
just see Panabon like poking the dagger just at the dirt around, like sometimes near one of the bones that's popping up, sometimes not.
You're missing it.
It's just not like happening right.
I don't know what I'm aiming for.
The Benny Hill theme is playing.
Oh my god, this is hilarious.
I threw out glanced down the stairs, and I'm like, Panabon is out of trouble. I'm just letting this happen.
Like Perunia. If you look down the stairs, you see Perunia like she's like, well. So there's these skeletal hands that are grabbing Perunia's legs and are trying to keep her from moving, and they're also like burrowing like furrows in her leg that are bleeding now, and Panabon is kind of crouched down next to her, and is just sort of poking their dagger into the ground around Perunia's feet.
Are you sure you don't want a violent outfit?
So I can see these fingers, but Panabon can't?
I'm telling you, you're missing them.
What am I missing? I don't know what I'm missing. It's what? What's happening?
And for, of course, those of you in our Twitch chat or YouTube, this discussion is still happening on screen. So, all right. So, if you would like to make that check, you can go ahead and do so.
I think Sarah gets it, but I'm not sure if Shay does. So
So my stabbing 5 didn't work.
I mean, you're digging up the dirt around, move like there's some bones that appear, and you unearth the bone, and then you stab the bone a couple of times just to make sure. And Peruna's like, wait, that's not one of the bones that's attacking me.
Later on, I'm going to appreciate that Panamon was the only one who stayed with me through this, but right now, I'm really annoyed at them, and it's not even their fault.
I'm getting more annoyed because like I'm trying. I still use a pile of acid. I still have acid.
No, not the acid.
So it's in your head right now because like you know it from your studies, but it's also in your head right now. Because Roja was talking to you about like the different schools of study and stuff. So that's your thought process right there. So on your turn.
I won't ruin the surprise.
Okay. So this thing hisses once again at Rosalia.
Danny's doing a lot of typing in this episode.
That should be the name
That's
of
your
the
language.
episode.
It's a
Yes, it says it says words. All of these words can be translated. Maybe later I'll translate them into actual words and then put them into a SoundCloud so people can hear what it's saying.
I'd love to hear you speak Elvish.
No, yeah, I'm
At some
excited for that. Full long paragraph of the history.
In another game that I'm running, quick sidebar. In another game that I'm running, I'm actually like these letters that are appearing. I'm looking at them and trying to make them into English words and then say what it spells as the language that they're whenever they hear it. It's fairly amusing. I'm not going to do that here because there's actually words that go with that. But all right, so and it is going to attempt. Oh, I know what it's going to do. It flashes out of there in front of Locks. You don't know where it went, Aegis, but you do know that it is not, you don't feel it there anymore. It then says that before attacking. Okay.
It says clickety clack.
I don't know what that means.
That, however, is a critical hit.
No.
Yep. Okay.
For 22, as you are not poisoned, hey? Not poisoned.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
However, you do take an additional 8
I fall to the ground.
Yikes! All right. So with that, it has. It appears to have killed Lox. Well, you know.
I'm upset.
Lox, it is your turn to make
Yeah.
a
Death
Save.
saving
death
throw.
save.
Yeah. Wait, is there a specific button for death save, or do
On
I
your
just roll
main
it at
page.
D20?
On your main page,
Oh, it is on there.
down at the
Okay.
bottom, there's a button
Okay.
to push.
Yeah, I was just ready to roll the 20. Main page down at the bottom. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
That's a success. One success. Okay. Perunia.
I'm starting to think these things are invisible because Panavan is like trying. So I go, wait, let me try something. And I am going to take my sword and try to hit these things now that I realize like I'm feeling a little bit more exhausted. So let's see if that works.
If the sword hits, let me know, because then I can just like, use my dagger where the sword is.
Terrible.
This is the best. Oh, okay.
I loved running past you thinking you could just swallow.
So yeah, you're like
That's what
you're
you
like
get for
hitting
running
the sword
past.
around down there. You actually hit some of them and like they break, but other ones like kind of move out of the way and then like grab at you.
No.
It's actually, I mean, they behave exactly as you would expect them to behave, like exactly how Perunia expects that they would like try to move out of the way or get them or what have you. Shayloon.
All right, so Lox falls, and I'm staring at this shadow fucker's ass. His little face is
Yes.
here. Okay, sorry, that was Sarah reaction, not Shay reaction. But Shay's not happy either. So attention split between downstairs and real happening downstairs and upstairs. She thinks about calling out to Perunia, but sees Lox fall and is like, "There's a better way to handle this." So instead, she goes, "Aegis, Lox needs your help," and she's gonna cast sparkle darts right at this thing's face.
Okay, casting sparkle darts right at that thing's face. Go for it. Hold on. All right, 4, 2, 5, 9.
I had to click fast because this is urgent.
Okay. I'll take it. All right, you've shredded through it. The magic. It seems to have you almost can't even see it anymore. It's just these faintly purple glowing eyes and a little bit of like darkness misting away from that at this point. I mean, maybe things getting smaller and weaker means they're near death, but it's definitely not something that is part of that naturally. Aegis.
So I am blind. I feel nothing in front of me anymore. So cussing, I kind of like wander backwards outside of the darkness, and I
Okay.
hear Shay yell that, and I turn around to see Lox, and I suddenly my expression gets super serious. I dart over. Can I make it there?
Yeah, you can.
5,
You just
10,
need
15, 20.
5 more feet. Yeah.
I dart over and I try to get in his space since he's down.
Yes, sure.
And you guys see me do a maneuver where I throw my shield over my back and it hooks into my bag, and I lean against it, using it as a shield on my back, and I reach down and touch him and cast Spare the Dying on him.
Okay. Turtle power.
Exactly.
So you no longer have to make those saving throws, Lox. You can actually just click the 2 success saves.
Yeah. Scary.
And you are still unconscious at this point. All right, so Rosalia, you saw that it just disappeared in front of you, but then you hear the yelling behind, so you easily just turn around and see that it's right there. You can tell that it's nearly taken out completely. You can throw again. You can throw one. You could throw that knife you have, or you can try to rush it.
Shit, is it just combat only, like hands and knees, that kind of thing, or?
If you charge it, no, you still have your Morning Star, unless you want to drop it.
So my character, she's coming up with a new name for what she's gonna do. She's gonna Morning Star it. Basically, she's just gonna rush it and attack with her flip.
Wake up! I mean, go to sleep. All right, so you rush out of the darkness. You do get advantage because it did not see you as you came out. Go ahead and hit that ADV and then make your attack with the packed weapon.
Packed weapon. I rushed it.
That is a hit. Go ahead and give us the damage.
Every time you tell me how to get the damage, and every time I forget. Is that the 4 piercing?
Yeah, the 4 piercing, just double click that box.
Like a blood drop next to it or something?
Mine
doesn't have, but
I actually turned to look at you.
It's in the it's for her packed weapon, it's actually up in the weapon, so it's just the box with the damage code in it. All right, so with that, you sweep the Morning Star through, and as you hit through the wisp, the eyes kind of pull apart, and then they like follow in a rush behind the weapon, as if like your weapon is creating a wake, and they're kind of being swirled through it, falling behind. And as they sort of dim out, and it says this sort of last thing here, you hear this. Everyone else hears this haunting sort of wail, and then the creature is no more.
Check on locks.
So am I still being
Yes.
hassled by these things?
Yes.
It's an illusion. Nothing's there. It's in your head.
I'm bleeding. Okay, something was there.
They're still there too. Yeah. So you'll check on Panabon first, Perunia, or check on locks. Perunia, make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, that's not something I'm good at. All right.
I'm trying to stab invisible skeletons. You're fine.
No, I'm not.
All right. They are that Shaylun is wrong. You don't even know what illusions are actually, because you're not magic. You've never heard of that. As you take additional damage.
That's crazy.
So
magic is crazy, you guys.
At this point, you will need something besides just it's an illusion for her to have another chance to sort of disbelieve. So you'll have to figure out whatever that is.
Are we still in initiative order?
What's that?
Are we still in initiative?
We are in initiative, but not a complete turn order. Like everyone can do a thing, and then Perunia either gets to check or take damage.
Okay.
Wait. So like I have a bell with me. Maybe it's like a religious thing. Like maybe a bell will work. Do you want me to try the bell?
Try the bell.
Okay. So I take the bell out of my bag.
More cowbell! More cowbell!
Is it helping?
Go away! Go away, skeleton! It's not helping, and it's really annoying.
All hell, Belfrude! Come on, Belfrude, where are you? All hell, leap away! Leap away! Help us out here!
Say everything.
So, you're just hearing like Panabon just yelling frantically now at this point. Shaylun, is there anything else you're going to do here?
Gods, okay? That's all I got.
I glanced down at Aegis and Lox to make sure Lox, like Aegis is, at least if I can tell Aegis's face is like, okay, everything's good. But I'm going to go ahead and head down the stairs, and I'm going to do to Perunia what I did at the, or tried to do at the fight. And I kind of just mutter to myself, even though like I'm saying it to her, but I know it's not going to matter. I go, sorry. And I'm going to cast my Unseen Servant. And I'm just going to plow into her legs and have her trip over that so that she sees that she's not stuck in the ground.
Okay. All of a sudden, Shayloon charges you.
Is this helping?
Make an attack with advantage because Perunia can't move her legs.
That's
This
also
is the-
hilarious because I'm like 3 times your size.
Yes.
Well, that's why I'm going for your knees.
Oh, that's good.
That's why she has help.
I have a candle. I could try lighting them on fire next.
I only have
Fire help?
I only have a dagger attack. Is that like
You can use that. Just hit the advantage button when you do it.
Is this an effective lightning breath? Like, is this what lightning breath does?
No, no. I've used lightning all my life.
Oh my god!
Wow. Okay, so Shayloon actually, like, at the end, just before she gets there, she like looks and realizes that, well, maybe not the knees, but like, and then she like does a little hop right at the end and just plows her head and shoulder into your midriff, and you just go sprawling back. You see the claws, they're holding you and trying to keep you from falling, but then they just kind of rip out as you fall back, and they bend in a sort of strange way. Go ahead and make a intelligence saving throw with advantage, thanks to Voodoo Goth.
Okay, let's see if I can do this, guys.
Wow, Shay, we should take you to the fights more often. That was amazing.
As you hit the ground and you know you hit your head on the floor and then you look and the bones now they're all just rested. There's nothing. You don't even see where they've like popped through the ground around you. Your legs are fine, but they still hurt really bad. But you don't see any wounds or anything like that.
I'm going to attribute this all to Shay and be like, Shay, you did it! And like, I know that I'm supposed to like realize it's an illusion, but like my character like really is choosing to not believe it and is attributing this all to Shay. Thank you, Shay. You're amazing. Wow, you could do some really great things with magic. Panabon, thanks for trying.
I stabbed the ground where Shayloon was, just in case there's still something there. Just stab.
Panabon still.
I just look between you two and then turn around and head back up the stairs.
Hey, before we go back up there, do you know where the theater is that we're supposed to meet the person tomorrow?
Yeah, it's we saw the map. Are you asking in character or out of character?
I'm asking in character. I'm asking Perunia if she knows where it is.
Yeah.
Dying.
It's right behind the camel. Yeah, but we don't. Panabon and I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm just unconscious, you guys. It's cool. Take your time. I don't need to heal.
Like Shay can go back upstairs. She can go back upstairs if they want. They're a free person.
Yeah, it's right by the camels. We'll be fine.
Okay. I think it might behoove us to have someone go check it out and encase the joint to make sure there are no traps for us tomorrow. Like more of this.
Okay. So.
I'll actually ignore that right now. I do very much want to comment on that because I have been thinking about this all this week, but I'll wait until I check on that.
That's just how Shayloon's mind works. It's like a week's worth of thinking just gets in like an instant. All right. So with that, the creature appears to be no more. It appears to have faded, and that matches Rosalia with how a lot of denizens of the Fae, the Shadow Fae, when they get killed, they don't leave a corpse necessarily all the time. A lot of times they just kind of disperse back into the ether, if you will.
Oh, in that case, I mean, I don't know that, but I'm frustrated, so I'm actually gonna go and can I just take one of the guy's pinkies as proof that the thing is dead, or something for the person?
The body
I'm not gonna stop you.
downstairs.
Go for it.
Yeah, the body downstairs. Can I just like break off a pinky?
Yes,
as,
you can
like,
break off a random person's fingers to show them as if that is evidence that you killed the ghost monster.
Inside
Yeah, I'm
of
gonna
it.
lob it. I'm gonna lob it in the guy's face. Like, here, it's dead. Don't do that again.
This guy is dead, and also
Also
the thing
dead.
is dead. Sure. With that, you all clamber out of the building.
I'll just go ahead and
helps me
roll
out?
I'll just go ahead and roll the heal now. Then
Okay. Cool.
was waiting.
Tell everybody that Shay saved me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought that you were just gonna do that.
Whoop.
He doesn't have spells. He's using
Yeah, I'm actually bandaging you up, and as you open your eyes, you see a probably familiar sight of my glasses staring down at you. Here we are again, huh?
Just you,
What
just
have
you
you
and
been
me.
as I realize
What have
what's,
you been
what's
eating?
happened. Yeah, because it's just him being right over me.
It's kimchi and stewed octopus.
Stay still before you ruin your stitches.
and then realizing sort of what has happened, like my mind flashes to the moment the entity sort of came and rocked my stuff, and I go, I understand, and I just sort of very carefully move and go follow the party in a lot of pain.
I'll go over to
Okay.
Lux. We should sleep tonight. What's left of it.
Read.
So I've been thinking about this, and I really don't like how much this guy knew or claimed to know, and knew about us and knew about this shadow thing that hunts elves. I don't know what it is, but there's something he's not telling us. So I think we should collect our money, but I think we should be careful about what he knows about us leaving the city. I think maybe what we should do is convince him that we're splitting up. Maybe you guys are going on the caravan and Panabon and I aren't, and then we can get out of sight, go invisible, and get back on the caravan with you. But that way, if something, we know that there's something that was hunting her and something that's been hunting us, and at least maybe we can slow that thing down by making it think that we're still here.
I think that's a great idea. I think we should stage a fake fight between Panabon and I, and we could totally act like we're breaking up the band.
Or we could just be like, paying you, thanks for your service, good luck on your journeys, bye. It doesn't.
No way.
And I just stab him in the face. I feel like I want to stab him in the face after he pays us.
I like my idea better. Fake fight.
We are definitely being followed by agents. In the tavern, I noticed a man across the way who had his attention fixed on us. This individual in the purple robes definitely has agents. I almost said my own name. Has agents following us.
Yeah, you know what would make me feel better? It would make me feel better if I went and I looked at the theater to make sure there were no obvious traps there tonight, and slept there overnight in the shadows, and then just didn't appear for the drop in case something bad is going to happen, and I'm just there in the shadows.
Well, we're not meeting inside. We're meeting in the square where the theatre is, I thought he said. So it's going to be public. It's going to be very busy because he's meeting us near the caravan. So it's going to be very populated.
Good point. I thought we were meeting in the theater. I could get on the roof of the theater and just jump down, just flop.
Sure.
And Lox is like in a lot of pain, like very viscerally, just like wounded and not doing well. And he goes, Panabon, I think we should just listen to the little lady on this one. Oh God, I just want to get back and get to sleep.
Let's head back, but everyone should be very alert because part of whatever the intention was with this could be to weaken us so that we're easier to pick off.
Agreed.
I'm gonna help Lox since I'm the biggest and just throw his arm over mine and be like, "Come on, buddy, let's go to bed."
And I have the other arm.
Yeah.
All right. As you all leave this building and this section of the city, Panabon, you can't help but think that Locke said maybe just listen to the little lady on this one, but she also did say sure. And with that, we're going to take a break.
I have permission.
And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break, and we'll see everybody on the other side of that.
Danny.
All right.
Oh my God,
Yeah, so we'll be
gonna
back
be
in
great.
about 10 minutes, and we will see. I can't wait to see Panabon just leap off of this building
Please don't.
for no reason. And like as they're
cannot
falling,
sign
like hurling the
free.
fingers.
I'm going to take my
Finger.
aspirin now while we're on break. It's
Hello, welcome back, everybody. As the illusion fades, so does the illusion on my hat. This is the hat I was wearing the whole time. It looked really nice before, though, because I just had that cantrips cast on it to make it look really good. So sorry, though, the duration ended. We are back, and when we left off, the group was making their way out of the sort of shanty towns of that area of southern Merikodashta back to the inn, keeping an eye out for anyone that might be coming at them because they are weakened or that might be sort of spying on them. I am going to go ahead and do a party roll. So this is a thing that can happen here that I say can happen. This is a thing that Fantasy Grounds actually offers. I can set a skill and a DC, and then I can push this button and it rolls for everyone.
Okay.
keep in mind that I'm putting Minya behind us. So as we go, if anyone's like following, Minya'd be following them.
Following them, following us.
Oh, does that not show you though what the rolls were?
It did not. No.
Mm-mm.
Did we all just get 20s? That'd be great.
Yeah, that's
No,
what happened.
you all just did the kind of the opposite of that happened.
Oh.
Well, there's no proof. We don't know that. We didn't
Yeah,
roll.
no.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not even sure what's
Oh,
happening.
Oh man, okay.
Whatever it is,
let
is
us-
not good. I can
Right.
bet that.
Yeah.
How about now?
On Twitch, it looks like Leah is wearing an invisibility cloak because we can see
Still
the
not.
Cool.
I'm gonna take the blanket off.
I like it.
No,
Yeah,
it's
like
your
the
invisibility
darkness
cloak.
Mysterious-
around you.
Mysterious
That's all.
elven garb.
If
All
I
right.
Okay,
get
that
up
looks cool.
on the top of the if I get up on the top of the desert bloom is where we're our bar, whatever
Mhm.
bar it is. Could I do a perception on my own from the top of the bar? To
Once
see
you
if
get there,
any-
yeah. So
back.
as you arrive at the desert bloom, it's mostly empty inside. There doesn't appear to be anyone in the main in the common room there. The bartender kind of notices who you are as you walk in and just kind of goes back to whatever they were doing. And yeah, Panabon heads to the top to sort of give a look around and see what they can see. Give me that perception test.
Oh, my perception is just awful.
Hey.
All right. It looks quiet. It looks if anyone followed you back, you definitely don't see them.
Minya didn't pick up on anything.
Minya didn't pick up on anything.
I find that more suspicious, but there's nothing I can do about it if I don't see it, so I'm going to be deep in thought for a moment.
Okay.
Aegis.
I'm gonna take Locks to bed.
No, you're not. Not
Put
yet.
him in. Oh, we're not. Oh, okay. I'll take
You're
my
not
cue from Aegis from the doctor.
Perun is about to, and then Aegis is like, "Wait a minute."
Well, we'll sit down on the table. I'll ask for water. I'll ask for something like simple to eat, maybe a fruit or a vegetable. I make Lox eat it. I'm tending to whatever rooms.
Hold on.
Oh,
Oh no.
So you ask the guy for water, and you ask
it
for
happens.
something
It happens
simple.
that drastic and fast. Like
Well,
I sit him down, ask for water, ask for food. Like
Okay,
it's
so you've
an
asked for these
overwhelming amount of speed.
so you've asked for these things, and
Mhm.
then
Oh, and then I sit him
they're
down on
not
the
back
table.
yet. I mean, they haven't
Yeah.
been brought to you, but yeah.
Right. And tending to his wounds kind of still, like just kind of making, like cleaning them up further because we're in like a sterile area environment. Can I try to,
Sterile-ish.
what? Oh, yeah,
Sterile-ish.
yeah. But better than that building. Can I try to like maybe see if I can find any remnants of that apparition in his wounds? Like any sort of residue, any sort of like any sort of evidence of it. As you all know, I collect particles of shit.
Are you healing Lox or are you studying him right
He's already been healed. I can't do it again today. But
Yeah.
just for the visual of it.
Lox would totally just be like,
Yeah, he's being taken care of by a parent right now, basically.
It
Yeah, can I-
stings every once in a while, but you know, like
yeah. Lox sort of in between Aegis moving around and sort of doing whatever he's doing would look over at Rosalia and say, I'm pretty sure I've heard I heard some weird speak from the apparition. It sounded like what you speak. Were you able to gather anything from that? And Lox is barely holding it together. He's at this table, sort of really feeling bad.
Yeah. He basically said you will not return.
Not return. And Lox sort of closes, like takes a moment and to sort of think, and I need to ponder on that. Thank you for sharing that.
I added a line to the bottom of that for you, Leah, which just popped up. So,
I think that's in a different language. Oh, no.
it's an
Folks
elven
in
word.
Novus?
It's just one you've never heard before.
And he said a word to me. It said a word to me, Veshkiri. I don't know what that is. I've never heard of it. So it's very unclear.
The Veshkiri?
Veshkiri.
And Lox looks at Shayloon, who's probably already writing things down in her notebook, but he tells everyone at the table, which is not Panabon, right? That's my understanding.
Nope, not up there. Yeah.
No. He tells everybody that we should definitely keep whatever that word was away from Rohan. And then you just see him start like fading out.
I really think he's got to go to bed.
I mean, this is all simultaneously happening. Me like fixing him up and stuff like that.
The at this point, the bartender does bring the water in a mostly clean glass, pretty clean for this place, and a piece of bread and a small slice of cheese. The cheese is relatively free of mold. The bread, there's a part you kind of have to pinch off, but it's fine.
And I do that. I'm like, ugh, and I pull off all the shit on it, and I like shove it in your space. Did I find any remnants of anything on his wounds?
Actually, no, not anything that. In fact, the wounds themselves were actually really shallow. They weren't deep cuts. And if this were like a knife wound or something, you would probably just tell him to stop crying about it. But given that it's a wound from some weird creature that laid him out with this single sort of hit, there you figure there must be something more to it.
No contusion or any sort of like it's just a very minor cut, you're saying?
There is already a little bit of necrosis, maybe, like right at the edges of the wound.
Okay, committed to memory.
Grey's Anatomy, D&D style.
You just will remember that.
Noted.
Guys, I think we all need to get some rest, but I kind of look nervously at Aegis and then back to Lox and go, "Could we sleep in your room?"
I'm not doing that.
Lox looks over at Aegis because he's too like just can't even think about it. What would Aegis do?
I kind of expected it immediately for you to be like, "No."
I just kind of groan a little bit. I'm not going to answer because I know that Lox has towards Shay than I ever probably will.
Right.
I just think it would be safer if we're all together and not separated. And
I love you all, but y'all don't smell good. So Prunia goes up to her own room.
She's just trying so hard, and it's just like
Everybody smells themselves.
I smell a little bit of necrosis. No, I'm just kidding.
It's just that little bit of sweetness in that smell.
Yeah.
So yeah, at this point, I guess I'll help Lox up and usher us upstairs.
All right.
Come on, Shaylun.
I look nervously at Perunia and Rosalia, but I'll head up there, and I'll keep Minya free so that Minya can lead Panabon to where I am when they decide to come back down.
All right. Is anybody else doing anything besides Panabon as far as taking care of anything or talking, discussing? All right. Panabon.
We're so tired.
Day 2.
That's why
You're
I
looking-
sleep during the day.
You're looking over the southern side of the city. You can see movement here and about. Furtive, just furtive little dashes here and there, but nothing that really draws your attention or feels concerning to you.
I do that neutral ground whistle I do for when I'm in thieving places, but that also can mean if there's a thief around, that there's a possibility of information exchange. If anyone is to see if I can basically talk to another thief in the area.
The whistle sort of echoes, reverberates kind of down through the various paths and alleyways below. The sound of the ocean, which is of course just a block to the east of you, continues on. Just this continuing sort of brown noise of the surf kind of lapping up against the docks there. Panamon waits a minute, 2 minutes, maybe 5. There hasn't even been a return whistle at this point.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Everyone's on holiday. That's okay. I will figure it out. It would have been really cool. I'm not actually of use much without the cover of darkness. So what I am going to do is, because I still have the map in my head of the drop tomorrow, and it's near where the camels
Today.
are today, whenever it is. I'll sleep in the morning, okay?
It is
and
morning.
It is morning. I'll sleep later in the morning. You don't want to show me off to the caravan person. I'm diminutive. It's all part of the plan. I'm actually gonna head toward where the camels are to get a sense of the layout, because I just have a feeling, and I don't like it when I have a feeling that is this nebulous.
Oh,
Something is happening.
You're dancing on the ceiling.
And I need to make sure that we get camels and we get out of this city. And teamwork is great, but there are some things you just need a thief for. So yeah.
Okay. So with that, Panabon darts down from the rooftops, heads towards the northern part of Merkudashta, avoiding anybody that's patrolling fairly simply in the dark of the night, making it to the northwest part of the city after about maybe an hour of travel. Looking over where in the caravan spaces, Panabon can easily make out the preparations that have been made, several dark shapes just on the ground, various camels, a few people moving around even at this time of the morning. Some of them undoubtedly guards, just making sure no one comes to mess with the camels. And a few are just really early risers that have that are making sure that they get everything ready to go. Looking from there to the sort of northeast or east, Panabon can make out this tall building that is the theater building, and making their way over there. Some of the market stalls there, because the theater building is right there on a market. There are some people there getting ready for the day. Farmers markets very early. The vendors are usually very early to get started, so that they're completely ready when the crowds start to move through. The theater building itself is closed, but it is it has a very sort of complex, not complex, but a very busy architecture sort of design style on the outside, which makes it easy to climb up if you wanted to. But there you see nothing that indicates that anyone is there.
All right. How tall is the building?
Probably 4 stories, 3 to 4 stories.
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna climb up the building.
Okay.
Yes. Which is acrobatics?
No, it is athletics.
Oh, poo. Okay. Well, let's see how I do.
You do very well.
Yeah.
It's
Love this building. It's amazing.
you quickly
building.
scamper up the side of the building, and now are atop it.
Okay. I'm gonna try my whistle call again to see if there are any thieves in the area looking for information exchanges.
Once again, you don't seem to get a response. This area seems like there would be more activity during the day from the thieving guilds. At night, there's not really a lot for them to do. It's not like a lot of wealthy houses where people are on vacation. So it's probably more frequented by like pickpockets and the like during the day.
Oh, pickpockets. Okay. Well, no one's responding to the call, and it seems like the area is kind of dead, but I am here. And so I'm just going to catch a nap on the roof.
Okay.
As I would. Yeah.
So you find a spot on the sort of on the western edge of one of the various sort of like protuberances from the top of the building so that the sun doesn't shine on you right away as it rises. It's nice up there. It's cool. The second moon is starting to set, and with that, I'm going to give everyone a long rest.
Thank Melfroon. That's all I gotta say.
Right? Man.
Woo!
The sounds of movement out in the hall of people kind of moving back and forth wake up the lightest of the sleepers. Petunia and Lachlan are going to be probably the last ones to rise. Still just a little stiff and exhausted, but feeling 200% better. Everyone does notice that Panabon seems to be nowhere to be seen.
I go searching their usual haunts, our room, the roof. Yeah. And any of the hidey holes around the perimeter of the building that they might go to listen or whatever.
Yeah, you find no sign of Panabon, actually.
Does Shayloon tell the rest of the group what she found? Or doesn't?
One of the things I am going to do on the roof while I'm up there is take the whistle and blow it and see if I get
a grape whistle.
The grape whistle?
Yeah, the grape whistle. Oh.
That's what it is now.
Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, you there doesn't seem to be a response at all to that. Panabon is definitely way too far away to hear the whistle blown.
Then as I head down the stairs, I kind of look nervous, but I go, Panabon's gone. They know where to meet us. They know where we're going. So the hope is that maybe they're just preparing for their rooftop leap. If I don't know, I hope they catch up to us.
I also hope that he didn't try to do his little idea about stealing some camels while we were out. We should probably get going to the stables, or to the theater first, I guess.
Yeah, let's collect our money and then let's go get our supplies and let's ditch this town.
What time is it after an 8-hour rest, and how much time do we have until we have to meet the caravan?
We said right before noon that they were leaving, so...
Right. So I would say around 10 is when when the first of you woke up, and around 11 is when you finally roused Lox and Petunia.
Yikes.
So remember So after we collect, and we're giving minimum information, but after we collect, we're very publicly going to part ways. So...
Ooh, fight! Yeah.
No, I'm going to pay you for your service of protecting us here in the city, but you're leaving town and we are not.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have about an hour to meet the caravan. Do we have time for such dramatics?
It's literally going to happen within 5 minutes if it all goes well. So
I think we're also forgetting we have an extra component of this problem that we don't know what they're doing. So let's
get going, and we can talk more on the way.
Yeah.
All right. With that, you leave the Desert Bloom, having paid up anything that you owed with some of the last of your coin, and make your way. It's a partly cloudy day. There's a cool breeze blowing in from the sea, and there are plenty of people out and about. The walk takes probably kind of moving briskly 45 minutes to get towards the Northwest Market where the theater is. Of course, any discussions you want to have on the way, you can have.
When they're in my line of sight from where I am, I'm up 4 stories, so that would create like a triangle effect for the sound, wouldn't it? Would at least Minya be able to hear it?
Be here what?
The whistle. I want Shay at least to know that I'm there.
So you're going to blow the whistle when you see them.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So if that is going to happen, we will get to that. But first, as I said, you're moving through. Unless you're moving through, mostly just chatting around and making small talk, we will. In which case, we'll move on. But otherwise,
I am looking at my timepiece and realizing that it's very, 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 very short of time. I know that we plan to do a ruse, but I am going to go ahead to the caravan and make sure that they do not leave without us.
That's fair.
I immediately kind of stop and furrow my forehead, but turn and kind of nod and shake his hand and say, "Very nice working with you."
you're like 15 minutes away still, but just in case.
God, I'm sorry I missed.
Watched.
No, I love it. I love it.
Actually, with that being said, as the awkward finger to handshake is happening, do I notice anybody who may fit the description or be like eyeballing us in the surroundings?
Well, go ahead and make a perception test.
Ooh. Hey, not bad.
No, you don't actually see anybody that. And as you're traveling along, you're kind of keeping an eye out for anyone that you might have seen before, and then see them again. But you definitely are not seeing anything that that makes you believe that you're being followed at this moment.
So I will. Oh, go ahead.
I would also like Minya as usual on patrol.
Very stiffly trying to play along. Tai no, it was a pleasure. And then off I go to the caravan.
Lachlan just sort of chuckles to himself watching this.
Right. Yeah, so Lox heads off on his own.
Aegis.
Well,
Aegis does. You're right. And the rest of you make your way towards the theater building. What is anyone else doing other than just kind of moving quietly?
I'm like, as we're moving, I have Minya looking for anyone that might be following or watching us, and I'm kind of looking up because it's a good position to like make it seem like I'm looking at all the people we're walking past because they're bigger than me, but really I'm looking at the rooftops to see if I can spot Panabon.
Okay. As you move into the market, you do pass the general store where many of your sort of sundry items are going to be waiting for you once you have the coin. And you see the theater up ahead. Panabon, let's get a perception test from you and from Shayloon as well. All right. Shayloon, mostly looking up, it's pretty bright, so it's harder for you to see anything. But given that you're not moving quietly or furtively, I would say that you see them pretty quickly.
I just I don't know if they can see it, but I just do the wave, and then I'm just like watching. I don't know if they see the hand motion of the watching thing, but that's universal, so that's fine.
You
Okay.
said I didn't see them at all, so.
No, you don't.
I'm also
see.
going to start because 4 stories, even for me, is a really bad place to leap from. I'm envisioning it being a bad place to leap from. I'm actually going to start descending slowly, floor by floor, keeping a watch on the proceedings.
Yeah, it's only really bad unless you have a wheelbarrow of hay to leap into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
and
it
then you
solves
can
everything, yeah.
swan dive into it. Actually,
But I'm just slowly. I'm just descending slowly, so I am available in the shadows in case things go bad with this meeting, and also if need be to throw the pinky trophy in the guy's face.
okay.
Forgot you.
All right. So as the rest of you are making your way to the theater, passing several of these stalls, you get up to the front steps. Now, the theater itself, the front doors have been thrown open. There are some people kind of moving in and out, but there's not a lot of traffic there right now. In Panama, you said that you were just meeting up with them, but what?
I'm descending. I'm keeping distance like I did in the because in the tavern I stayed on the stairs. I didn't actually like engage, so I don't know if the person knows I'm even a part of the group, and I kind of want to keep it that way, just on the fringes.
Right. All right. So
So like
You
if they're
don't
going
think-
inside, if they're going inside, I'm going to want to be like on a rafter or something, I guess.
okay. So there aren't any windows necessarily to the inside of this theater. So you are going to have to either enter through the main front doors, or you do know that there are a couple of side entrances that may or may not be locked.
I'll just enter in after them.
Okay. So the rest of you enter into the theater building, and it's
I thought this was happening outside the theater building. so
Yeah, that's
Are
I
you
thought
waiting?
it was
Okay.
happening inside, which is what. Yeah.
They said go to the square by the theater building because we know that's where the caravan is. You'll see us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't we wait on the stairs, guys? Hang out right
All
in
right. So
front.
waiting outside of the theater building. That's fine.
Even though I'm sure Danny had a beautiful interior theater building idea.
No, it's.
Okay.
I mean, 500 gold is heavy.
Technically
So, yeah.
400 because we got the 100.
Yeah, you got
too, by the way.
the 100 up front, but yeah, after some time, as you're waiting there, a gentleman comes down from the theater, and kind of looks amongst the 4 of you. Are you here for Master Rahul?
Yes, we are. And who
Oh.
are you?
I'm just one of his assistants, of no import, but he is waiting inside in his office with.
Ace said he was going to be meeting us at here, and we're late for catching our caravan. So it'd be great if he could just step right on out here so we could.
I will tell him that you do not want to. Get
Even
the
better,
coin
you
that he
could go
promised.
get our package for us, and you can bring it out to us.
Even better. Saves time for both sides, since you're of no import. I give him that look like no one says they're of no import unless they're of import.
Right. He kind of bows his head. Very, very well. And he turns and goes back up the steps, unimportantly, and disappears
I give
into the
Shay a
theater.
little like bump, like that was great.
Some time passes, a couple minutes, a few more minutes, and then you see Raho step out of the building and kind of approach you. Good day. I am told that
Yeah,
you
we're
did
in
not-
a rush. So we did the job. Job is done. Thing is handled. Thing is no more. Didn't go real great, but we made it. So we got to go. So if we could just get our payment.
You know,
No, I'm sorry, there's no time for small talk. We got to go.
Right, I don't mean to hold you. However, the chest is somewhat weighty, and I was thinking perhaps that since there were 4 of you, including Miss Perunia, and that I didn't need to keep the burly men standing around for a few hours, waiting for you to arrive. I thought you would just come in and get the payment yourself. But
Sir, can I stop you there? We're in a hurry. Some of us are getting ready to go on this caravan. Some of us are trying to just get out of here. So
right. So if you're in a hurry, then hurry, go inside, and let's get the coins.
you brought.
I'll kind of step up and play the role. I like straighten myself up to my full 3'2", and I'll kind of look over my shoulder and nod at them like, "Go ahead, thug monkeys," while I can watch. Like that way, I can keep an eye and cast if any nonsense is happening.
I'm actually, while this is going on, I want to sneak behind Roja and just like sneak into the building and see if the line of gold is in sight there.
All right. So you sneak into the building. Make a stealth check real quick.
I hope it's hilarious.
And if he's sneaking behind him, technically they're facing us, so we could see it.
You can see it if your passive perception beats the stealth. Yes. That stealth rolls an 11, so anyone whose passive perception is 11 or more does see Panabon moving into the theater building.
I'm extra irritated now because if I have to waste a spell casting Nope, I'm going to be real pissed off. So
I'm trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
you are never helpful.
So
I love you anyway.
So with that, you head inside and it's you're in sort of a main what do they call that? It's not a foyer because it's in a theater. But the main entry hall. Yeah, lobby. I think there's a more ostentatious word for it. I love
Davenport.
ostentatious. It is an ostentatious word for ostentatious. Moving on. So as you look around, there appears to be a ticketing agent. There are some closed doors to either side, and then there's some open entrances to what you assume must be the main theater, but they don't have doors. They just have kind of curtains. On one side, those curtains are drawn back. On the other side, they're closed. That's what you're looking at. There are a few people in here, not a lot.
Can I kind of sarcastically smile while I just kind of flip off a mage hand and have it open the closed curtains because I literally learned.
Well,
it
you don't
before.
You don't see those.
Oh, I thought we were heading in. Okay.
Yeah, I thought we were.
Panabon has snuck in ahead of everybody.
Oh, okay. Well, it's time to go behind that closed curtain to see what may be laying as a trap, because there's no way it's this easy. Like, none whatsoever.
Okay, so Panabon heads to the curtain as the rest of you are following Raho into the building at this point.
Yep.
So yeah, you
Mage hand and open the fucking.
so Panabon,
I
you
step
like
to the
cruise,
wall.
you cruise through, and before we get to what you see,
Oh, no.
you get to the top, and as everyone quick looks around, Shayloon sees the curtains and is like, "Oh, we're gonna see what's behind there," and draws the curtains aside with Mage Hand, revealing Panabon, who is looking at the theater because it's the other entrance to the theater, because you enter from the two sides of the theater. There's a stage. There's no one at the stage. There's lots of seating. Nobody sitting in the seats. So I suppose you can check every seat for traps if you like, if you think you have time.
Theater halls are full of them.
Raho, sticky shoe traps, right? But yeah, you feel the curtain get whisked away from you behind, and you kind of turn and see everybody walking in. Looking at you, except Rahu, who doesn't seem to be paying you any mind at all.
Please tell me you start performing.
I'm actually going to take the pinky out of wherever I put in the pinky and throw it at Roha.
It falls on the floor. He looks at his shoulder, looks down at the floor,
and then I
looks over at
slide
you.
to the wall, so he doesn't actually see me. Like I slide to like a wall.
Make a stealth check in that case. You're good. You're probably good. You stepped aside. He bends down and picks up the finger. Does this belong to any of you?
Yeah.
Nope.
I accidentally, it was me. I slipped. I was holding it and it was kind of slimy and it fell out of my hands. I apologize.
He holds it up like this to you.
Yeah, thanks. This is actually proof of the guy. Some of the job. Yeah, that. And I put it in my pocket very grossly.
I'm quite aware that the job was completed. Come. And then with that, he opens a door right there on the side, and there appears to just be an office. There is a chest, small, kind of plain chest, just sitting on top of the desk. And you see the older fellow from before. He's just kind of standing next to the desk, looking ready to do whatever Pete needs to do.
Bruni's gonna open it. I want to see the gold we're getting.
So as Perunia comes up to it to open it, and it won't open, and then she realizes that the older fellow has a key, and he's like proffering it to her.
The key.
All right, so
this is really
opens the
dramatic
chest
for no reason.
full of coin.
That I can't count that fast, or perhaps that high. So
I mean, you would have to dump these coins out to then count them, but yeah.
Looks good to me.
All right, Lux Perunia, if you wouldn't mind. Lux Avril, if you wouldn't mind picking up the chest. We'd be on our way.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Make a quick wisdom saving throw, Shayloon.
Oh no.
I can't even remember my own fake names. What am I doing here?
Lampira.
Oh yeah, Lampira.
Okay, so Lampira. So you did not slip. You did say Avril.
Cool.
And actually, as strong as you are, Perunia, it would be more bothersome for Lux to help carry the chest.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I grabbed it.
Yeah. But it is heavy. It is quite weighty.
Can I say one thing? If it was if it's heavy but still possible for one person to pick it up, why did they not bring it outside?
Look at that guy
So you have to understand that like it's possible for someone like Arnold Schwarzenegger to pick it up.
Got it.
But
so
like
it's like that.
Raho is a mage. He's like a skinny dude, and this older guy is also not very strong looking. So
I'm still looking down on them, quite figuratively and literally.
All right, we'll be on our way.
Very well. Thank you for the service you have done to Merakudashta. Best of luck in your journeys.
All right, everyone, let's get outside, and I'll make sure that you all get your payment for being our in-city protector.
And he closes the door. Punk.
Before you make your way to the caravan, and we make our own way.
Yep. And I wink at you guys and then walk out.
So,
We're in on the joke. You don't need to.
There's a person at the counter where the tickets are, just looking at you all like, what is wrong with these people? And then goes back to like whatever they were doing, and you leave.
you know, it could actually be work in our favor. Like, we seem so incompetent, but we keep going around doing these amazing things. Like, all right.
That is.
So yeah, we walk outside. I think.
As soon as we get outside, I go, Admiral, please put down the chest for a moment, and then I'll open it up and count through a couple of coins and hand them to each of them.
Here's your 5 coins.
And then
1 for you, 1, 2 for me.
I just realized the flaw with the plan. Shit. Because
Okay.
John and I can't carry it.
I'll take the rest of the chest after you guys take your gold, and I'm going to head by y'all. I'm gonna go head to the feed stop and go get that stuff. Why don't Lox, you head to the camels, and bye. Nice to meet you, Shayloon.
It was nice meeting you all too.
Hi, you know you should.
Anymore, so she just grabs Panabon and starts like hustling across the plaza toward an alley to slip down.
Oh, I had a really hilarious thing to say. Fine, it's all wasted now.
And then Rosalia, you can either go with Lox or myself.
What are you doing with the finger?
In my pocket, and I will give it to Aegis when I see him. But beyond that, there's nothing else I want to do with that. I don't want it, but I have it.
Well, it's in your inventory, and as long as it's in your inventory, it's in your inventory. Just so you know.
Oh.
So I'm hoping that you forget about it.
I think it's gonna start to smell.
The moment I see Agent, I go to the camels to do exactly as I was told to buy these.
No. You need time to forget. We're gonna go to the general store first. All right.
Why there's a Post-it note on Randy's desk that says "severed finger."
Colin's like, what?
Okay, so yeah, with that, the Perunia and whoever is with Perunia goes to the general store. The woman there looks up and, I'm glad you returned. I was beginning to wonder.
It's been a long 24 hours.
Oh, yes. Many folks who travel through the Ishan the first time or even second time find that they are scrambling at the end for all the things that they need. Happily, I have experience with this, so let's see here. And she wheels out a cart. The cart itself, there is a deposit upon it for 1 gold piece. If you bring it back, we'll give you back the gold piece. It's not the nicest cart, but it's full of stuff. It's got it's got several large but very flat sort of rubbery feeling things that she says these are water bladders. So you will be able to open the side after filling and fill your water skin from it. This drapes across the camel between the humps, and that is Wooded West. Then you also have this box, and this box, and this box are your daily rations. And the saddles and saddlebags themselves will be, I assume, with the at the stable. And also, here is some clothing. I do notice that you are not properly dressed for a trip across the desert. And
Maria looks
I
at her
wanted
clothes
to,
like,
uh,
okay.
so, in any case, there is enough clothing for, I believe you said there were 6 of you, and that 2 were small. So, I believe
Yes,
this will be enough.
it finds out that not all of them are coming, specifically the small ones, but I'll take their clothing, just in case anyone else needs it. You know, weird.
Very well. Uh, and then the extra rations and platters as well.
Yeah, we'll donate them. We'll still take them with. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Very good. In that case, the price here for you is 51 gold coins, and then of course, if you bring the wagon back, that will be one coin returned.
I pay the 51 and I say, we're probably a bit pressed for time today, so I'll tell you what. I'll still pay you the gold, but feel free to retrieve the cart at your leisure. It will be at the caravans, but we will not be back for several weeks for the rest of the party.
At least. Very well. So you pay her the coin and head off towards the caravan site, where Lox has entered the stables along with Aegis, who is kind of wrapping up, checking everything, and having promised to the stable masters that no, we're coming. We've got the money. It's going to be here.
Aegis, it's good to see you. Here's the money that we have, and I call Aegis over, and I go, I also have a gift for you, and I like don't want anyone to see that I'm holding a severed finger and passing it to someone else.
Why are you handing me a corpse finger?
One word.
Everyone in the room looks over.
He's a jeweler.
I take the finger and I examine it a little bit, and then I just drop it on the ground, like really nonchalantly.
You're right. My fault. Can we please just get these camels and get out of here?
Are you gonna leave that there? Someone
Is that what they're asking? I remain oblivious to that.
Put the gold on the counter.
Put the gold on the counter. We're just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. We're just not gonna look at it anymore.
I'm just staring at the finger.
So so Shay and I are just in an alleyway because
meandering around the alleyway.
I have several questions. Most of them are what's happening, and hello and good morning.
Since we're rushing because we know like we're running late for this caravan and everything else, and I want to do this so that we don't get caught. I know Minya's still racing around and watching our backs and everything, so I go, just shut up for a minute. And then I'm going to cast invisibility.
Okay.
Let me pull that up.
Did you make a plan?
Always.
Is it a good plan?
Always
this was my
better than
bad.
yours.
Sure, why not?
All right, so invisibility.
Do I get to stab anyone in this plan?
Nope. There it is. All right, so concentration. You tend to be sneakier than me, obviously. So
Thank you.
when your mouth is shut long enough. So I'm going to cast invisibility on myself, and then take his hand and say, "Don't let go of me." And then we got to
So realistic.
we got to go now.
Neat. Where are we going?
The caravan. Would you focus for 15 seconds?
You haven't told me anything. You made me
Literally just said,
go somewhere.
caravan. Get us to the caravan. Don't let go of me. But you flap your lips while I'm saying it. Hear it.
Okay, we're off to the caravan. Are we
All
meeting
right.
them at the caravan?
As the stable hand, looking at you a little oddly, counts out the coin that you have to pay. All right, we'll have the camels out front momentarily, but and he closes the chest, which still has a good amount of coin in it. And then he turns away, and as the two of you turn, one of the assistants is there holding a little dustpan with the finger in it, and he is proffering it to you.
We have no need of that corpse finger.
We don't need it either.
Well, I did not bring it in here. Just throw it away, man.
He just turns towards Locks.
Finger back up. And put it in.
You're a good guy, Lux.
Oh my god.
So Locks, you have the finger.
The eternal finger.
This is a great day. A great time.
Let's find Panamon. Wait.
Okay. All right. And with that, you walk out to the side where the camels are being pulled over. And I believe that is going to be 6 camels because you decided that little people can share a camel and that Aegis needed a second camel. So,
Cool.
they pull the creatures forward. All right. So, you've ridden a camel before, have you?
No.
I see.
Yeah.
Um,
I've ridden a horse.
Okay. So, with that, he gives you all the crash course in camel ridery. Basically, they are on the ground with their legs tucked up underneath them. That is when you mount the camel, and then you pull the rein, and it will stand up while you're on it. So it's really, don't lose your balance. And then the sort of the commands to go and to stop. But mostly they say that the camel will go and stop as necessary when the caravan is going and stopping. And that it's really the caravan leaders who kind of set that pace. Go ahead, Locks, and give me an animal handling check, as
Would
you are the
love
first to give it a shot.
All right. Yep.
Uh-oh.
I am proficient in that, but now that I've said that, it's not going to be good.
Oh, Oh, nice.
All right, no problem whatsoever. Gives a little wave with his hat, and then
My hair's really bad right now. I'm not gonna do it, but
so yeah, and then everyone else has especially as they arrive has an opportunity to
so when
fall
one
off their
thing,
camel.
can I say one thing though?
Mhm.
For the setup for the little people camel, but not for them, that I'm rigging for no one to ride, but also rigging for riders. I'm very careful on how I do that and set it up as the one of the camels in the middle of the line for us.
Okay.
I put bags on it to look legit.
All right. So as you're doing all of that, you do put the saddlebags in the saddles. You see Perunia and Rosalia approaching with a wagon full of the things.
Got the goods.
And Lox, you realize as you're looking, and Perunia explains what the trader said about the water bladders, that you're going to have to unsaddle
Got
the
it.
camels.
Yep.
All right.
I also
so
pass out the clothes for us to put them over or change or whatever.
Yep. I'm keeping my hat.
With that, you take the camels down over to the caravan staging area. Norsam approaches. Finally, time you've arrived. Thought maybe you weren't coming because you didn't like the deal you made.
I will not fail at keeping this caravan alive.
At keeping everyone in the caravan alive.
Semantics.
For the entirety of the journey. Yes. Very good. I do have the coin to pay you if you succeed. And it is also enough to have a very fine night out in Giulolati when we arrive. So I look forward to that. So who among you is working? I mean, yourself as the surgeon, yes. As guards, I presume this large specimen of dragon kind. And
I shoot things.
So you as well, guarding.
Yeah.
I'm assessing who is guarding the caravan and who is just taking up space.
Oh, we'll all be guarding, ma'am.
Yeah.
Except for the healer, who's can guard, but probably better off healing. But I can assure you, I can attest to all of the group in a fight.
Yes. Okay. So all of you are guards then, and so get your camels ready, because we are leaving as soon as you are ready. And by the time we get to our first resting point, I will have assignments. Yes.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
good. All right. So with that, she turns and walks away, leaving you to.
We need to stall so they can catch up.
Well,
sure.
you do have to fill the bladders and then load them onto the camels and then get the saddles back on, and then so she basically said whenever y'all are ready.
All right. So yeah, I will also. This is out of character. We have no idea when they've arrived. Like we didn't come up with a symbol or a signal.
Nothing.
So cool.
They can blow their whistles.
No, please don't. So I do set things
pop up and introduce myself, but I didn't know how far I was away, so I'm.
Yeah, also, I think you're invisible, so.
I'm not invisible. Amusingly enough, am I?
I think that ship has sailed. I think we're. Yeah, you guys are about to arrive, and we're getting the camels all set.
Well, Shay is invisible. I think Panabon is not. is my understanding, right?
Yeah, Panabon is sneaking through the city to get us to the caravan, and then, like, my goal is to be like, let's lay low until we're out of the city.
Okay.
Let's say, in that case, what I did is I basically took us back across the street and around the theater, and came out because I've been casing it all night, so I have a good idea of the topography. So let's say I just kind of went back and used the theater alley to come out. So it's likely I can see you loading things, maybe.
Yeah.
So it was stated, so it is done. It only takes about 20 minutes to get there from where the theater is. So Shayloon's invisibility spell is still well within its duration. And there they are, loading stuff onto camels, it appears.
Panabon, you should hide in the cart that they have, and I can let them know we're here because they can't see me, and then we can appear after we leave the city. But let's lay low until we leave.
Sweet. Are you going to keep the name Lampira? Because I'm kind of growing attached to it. Like,
Remember,
is that
this
your new?
is about being sneaky and quiet.
Oh, fine.
So,
I'm going to sneak into a bag somewhere, is what's going to happen. And then Lachlan is just going to have to lift me onto the camel, I guess, is what's. Just
Rooney does, and she's like, damn, this is heavy. What you got in here?
and then meanwhile, I think the person I could spook least is probably Locks.
Yeah, probably.
Aegis might hit me. Rosalia might kill me with crazy magic I don't understand. And Alex, well, Perunia's a little dumb. So I'm going to kind of keep my distance, like, maybe on the other side of the camel even, and go, Mr. Lachlan.
Here you. He starts singing like a little ditty.
Panabon and I are here, but we're going to stay hidden until we leave the city.
Big flourish. Gotcha.
Brunia looks at him like, "It's so weird that you're singing right now."
As you're
Traveling
finally
makes me
kind
happy.
of, as you're sort of finalizing everything, you see a woman, maybe entering middle age. Looks like she's kind of got a bit of a limp. That's somewhat pronounced, and over her, she's got a short sword at her side and a quiver and longbow kind of strapped to her back. And so who's in charge here?
No one is in charge, but I'm
in charge. Definitely.
Turns to Perunia. Okay, my name is Oyelia. I am the lead guard for the Restless Wind. I am told that there are 4 of you who will be joining and ensuring the safety of the caravan. So that is you 4. She looks at Lachlan. The shield is like huge, and then she like looks at the small mace belted to his side.
Yeah.
Looks over at Perunia and sees the great sword, nods. Looks over at Lachlan for a moment, sees the firearm at his hip, and then turns, looking over at Rosalia, and actually, like at that point, she does look a little confused. What? How do you hold yourself in battle, girl? She says to Rosalia.
How do you hold yourself in battle?
I've my blade for anyone who approaches close, and I've my bow for those who attack from afar. I see weapons amongst your friends. You carry none. I have heard of those who are quite formidable with their hands and feet. Are you one of those?
These weapons of another source.
I look at Rosalia. Come on, show her one.
You'll see when the time is right. I prove myself for no one.
Make an intimidation check. She nods at that, seems to be content to let that go. Very well. I will then trust you to know yourself. I am getting a measure of the other guards and the others that will be assisting in protecting the caravan. At the first rest point, I will have assignments for everybody. Until then, suppose travel together. Well, it looks like you're about ready, so I will let Dorsum know, and we will soon be leaving. She kind of nods and turns and sort of hobbles away.
It's an old injury.
Make a medicine check.
Jesus.
You know, people get old and they have pain in their knee, I guess.
Kind of doctor.
I mean, you're just looking at someone as they're limping. Like, what kind of diagnosis do you want to make? Looks like you've got looks like a stage 2 complex of influenza.
Well, if it's bandaged, it's new. If it's bleeding, it happened recently. Like stuff like that.
Yeah. No, it's in fact you don't see anything like that. She's got her pants on and and her clothes. So yeah, and you get the bladders filled, which takes a little while for the group of you to figure it out, but eventually the group of you figures out how to get them filled, and you get those loaded up. You get all the saddles on. Everything seems good to go, and you can see that the rest of the caravan is starting to line up. The lot of you are at the back. You see, there's, you would say, there's over 100 camels in this caravan, and for the most part, the caravan line goes in a single line of camels. And so at the front, you just see them start walking off one by one, and it actually takes about 10 minutes before finally you are able to follow along, and everybody attempts to get their camels up from the ground. So everyone who is riding a camel, let us have who is driving a camel, let us have an animal handling check.
All right.
Nope. Oh wait, I have inspiration. I can roll again. I'm using my inspiration.
Oh man.
Hey.
Sorry, I needed to use it. My pride would not have allowed that a 2.
All right. And then also for Rosalia, the animal handling check. So
from the bag bandabons, then you just start to hear a little bit of snoring.
Yeah, well, you're about to wake up because I'm dropping this camel on you. I'm pretty sure you're on my camel.
So as putting his camel rises, because it's getting up, and so it bounces around back and forth. Golly, what is going on?
How do we all fuck that up?
We're not supposed to leave American Hostile. This is fine.
All right. So the sixes, Aegis and Rosalia, you don't fall off, but you do lose your balance enough that you're like pulling the reins a certain way that the camel just finally like, and then like settles back down. Like
They
screw
walk
you,
cousins.
I'm not giving up. But for Perunia, she actually slides off the camel and just kind of rolls onto the ground. It is now standing and it's looking at her with like its teeth.
Something's making this camel off tilt. I kick the bag that Panabon's in and get back on. I'm gonna try this the second time.
So
Let's
you
see
bring
it.
the camel back down with an animal handling check.
There you go.
And it listens. You pull it down. You get it down. Get back on. And would you like to assist anybody? Would you like to assist anybody? Lost?
Can I try to assist? I'm gonna yell in Nuri.
Well, I'm glad we're at the back of this caravan. Because
Yes.
this is real embarrassing.
Like you fall off the other side this time.
Like,
You're like ready to not fall off the side you fell off. So you like, but you overcompensate and you just go the other way.
Locke
that's
sees this
brilliant.
and just is chuckling to himself, and he says in Nuri, sort of out of habit, just to use your legs to stabilize. And then he realizes he said it, and no one can understand that. So he says it again in common.
All right, so let's get Aegis and Rosalia to roll again to raise your camels.
There we are.
Camels are unwieldy beasts. All right, so the two of them, you get those camels right up. They kind of slide around, but now either using your legs or now you kind of know what to expect. Easily rise up in the camels, and now everyone's just looking over at Perunia.
Shake myself off. All right, come on, get down here. I said, get down here.
It spits at you.
I stamp my foot at it and I roar at it because I can roar.
Yeah, it hits you. You roar at it, and you finally get it down. At this point, some of the people from near the back of the caravan are looking back because there's some noise going on.
Yeah, I roared a lot. Try to get on and up. No.
Bruh.
Can I give you
So amazing every time.
Can I add? Can I help in any way? Just like I'm in a bag. Like
You're being jostled around quite a bit.
So you fall this time, and your foot gets caught up in the stirrup, and the camel starts walking, and now you're being dragged behind it.
Do an athletic check to try to get myself back up. Let's see.
Okay, so
What's happening?
what we're gonna do
Dude,
now,
Fantasy Grounds hates you.
what we're gonna do now.
Can I try to whistle like something so that the camel is like stops? Like try. I have animal handling. I want to try something.
Make a whistle.
Yeah. Please. Please let her stay. Nope.
it takes
not
that
destined to kill me.
command as go faster, and it starts trotting.
That is
And
the
then
one way to
Perunia
ride it.
is going to make a natural 20 on her athletics check to reach forward to her foot and grab the stirrup and pull herself forward, and then haul herself up the camel. And
Thank you.
she's kind of riding it, but like leaned over, and it's just kind of riding like a body that's been thrown like a sack. And that's how she's riding for now. And with that,
just a stream of swears coming out of her. It's bad.
and with that, we are gonna end the session, and we'll come back in a week and see if Perunia's learned how to ride a camel in
Fighting with camels. That's the name
That
of the,
was-
the title of the.
That was the riding camels is the name of this episode. Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was gross finger there for a while.
It was almost gross finger, but then it turned into riding camels.
How heavy is
Um,
500 gold coins?
It's I think it's a good 50 plus pounds. Yeah, it's not light. So I
I'll
mean that
blame
was
it on that.
like an I probably didn't explain enough, but that guy was like older, you know, so
Yeah.
like, it would have been
Well, I
tough
was
for him
thinking,
to.
like, okay, maybe a gold coin is like heavier than pennies or quarters or something, but like 500 pennies is fucking nothing. So I'm like, we need a chest of this bitch. Like, come on.
All right, so I'm going
Reason
to go to your inventory and see how much weight you have. It's at the bottom. It says how much you're carrying and how much you can, right? And then I'm going to give you 50 coins, 500 gold. Just for a moment. No, it's only 10. I was wrong. Those guys just wanted you to go to the theater.
He just was being a jerk.
Because he was just being a jerk because y'all were being jerks.
Fair.
That's now what it's retcon to. All right, so with that, yeah, you know, sometimes you get the decimal in the wrong place, and then you know you're like, you owe me $5,000, and everyone's like, wait a minute, no, this is like 500. No, it's 5,000. Like, no. Okay. And yeah, so thanks everybody for joining us tonight. That was fun. And also thank you to the cast for playing with us. And as always, thank you to our tech Tom, who is switching maps and doing all the things that I keep changing and asking him to do.
Putting Perunia on the camel.
Thank you, Tom.
Putting Perunia on the camel, indeed. Yeah, so the comic, again, the Kickstarter was funded. We're looking at the things that we need to do. We got several reviews of the comic book, which I am going to really take advantage of those reviews and the criticisms that were in there. They were really good reviews, really positive, but not perfect, right? I would say for my first comic book I've ever written, I got an A, maybe an A minus, but I'd really like to go for that A plus, and that means taking into account what these reviewers are saying. And one of the reviewers did say that it was the only criticism that was kind of art related was that the lettering was not the best. And of course, we don't have a letterer, so we were just kind of putting in the letters. So we're going to hire a letterer to letter the book. So that will be done, and then we'll send it off to print. Really, once that's done, and have that out to everybody. Once we have the lettering done, also that's when we'll send out the digital copies to everyone, because we want you to get that version that's fully lettered.
For those of us that got mapped, do you know when you're going to have the map conversation so we know what our map choices are?
So there should be a backer survey that goes out. So once we have everything decided and we're going to be really specific in laying out our questions and everything, every backer will get that email that says, like, fill out how you want your name to be credited, fill out, you know, shipping information, fill out all of this stuff. And so, like, you'll get to pick like A, B, and C, and you can choose whichever option you want and stuff. So
right.
Cool.
And I think we're having our meeting for that on Wednesday to set that all up. So on Wednesday we'll get that set up. And I mean finalized. So we'll be working on it before then, but then on Wednesday we'll meet and put it together. And you know, we'll keep everyone updated with updates. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night for Shadowrun, or not tomorrow night for Shadowrun, tomorrow night for Dresden. And then Tuesday night for Shadowrun. Wednesday night, we are doing our own thing, but you can still be entertained over at
Saving
Throw Show to check out Randy and his goon squad. And then
I'm
we're back
running
on
the game.
Thursday.
I'm like the facilitator this week. I'm not really running anything, but I'm the one who's introducing the game, and like I really like it. So if you're interested, message me, ask me questions, anything. I'm here.
Yeah, and that's they're playing game master lists role playing games. Okay, so and then that's what we've got. So we'll sign off with that then, unless anyone else has anything they want to throw in. Very well. We'll see everybody next time right here, like clockwork.